You're not going to hear this anywhere else. We're the first ones to deliver this. You thought the Southern California housing market was on fire. It's about to get gasoline poured all over it for the next few weeks. Hey there. Christian Walsh, real estate agent with Wire Associates. We've been helping buyers and sellers make the best data-driven decisions in this crazy market, and we have a big Southern California housing market report where we share the data going on now and warn you about what's to come in the next few weeks. So let's race through the data. We're going to run through the Septembers halfway through, going back to 2018. I want to race through this so we can get to the important point about what's about to throw gasoline on the market. These numbers are relevant as well, and of course our email newsletter subscribers can look more closely. You're going to see the same trend in the single family data throughout all the Southern California counties. Inventory is down, new listings are down, pending sales are down, partly because new listings are down, but also because interest rates are so high, and then sales are down because pending sales have been down. So it's a big circle. You'll see in Orange County new listings and escrows very close together. It is definitely looking like a seller's market. So the other thing I want you to see as we go through the different counties, we'll jump to LA. Again, listings down, escrows down. New listings in the various counties in Southern California are down about 30 to 40%. The number of properties going under contract, that's down about 25%. And sales are down about 20%. So you can see that new listings have dropped faster than we're seeing a drop in pending sales. And part of the reason pending sales are down is because there isn't as much inventory out there. So we can see these big drops in inventory, big drops in pending sales. We've been talking about this for a while, no surprises. The more normal years, 2018 and 2019, we are well below the inventory and sales numbers for there. We can see that things have really dropped in Ventura, and that's been a common theme. Ventura marches into its own drummer, and we can see San Diego, similar thing where inventory and sales are down. Let's talk now about multifamily, and then we'll get into the changing market. Moving into multifamily, and we're not joining the different county data together. We're getting through this as fast as we can because we want to get to the bigger point. So inventory is actually up for Orange County at a highest level since 2018. And pending sales are down. What we're seeing is a direct result of the increase in interest rates, making it tougher for properties to pencil. When the debt service, the mortgage payments are eating into your monthly income, there isn't much cash left over. So we're seeing for commercial properties, the 5+, you have to put huge down payments down, 50% or more. And then for 2 to 4 units that are conventional financing, you put down 25 or 30%, which you can get away with, but you're extremely negative because of the interest rates where they are. Riverside, we can see inventory is down. This is a more affordable market, and pending sales are starting to increase there. San Bernardino and Riverside have been tracking closely, and we can see their inventory is down, and pending sales are at that same exact number. We are starting to see the effects of what I'm about to reveal here shortly. And Ventura, different drummer. San Diego, inventory is low, and we can see a steady amount of properties going under contract. But what is it that's about to throw gasoline on the market? And here it is from our buddies at Peak Exchange. The 1031 is going to change the market in Southern California potentially as we push against an important deadline that's coming. So if you remember in Southern California, and actually a lot of California, we had severe floods that happened around Christmas of 2022. So towards the end of December, beginning of January of 2023, the federal government stepped in and they offered an unprecedented extension for 1031 exchanges. Those of you who understand 1031 exchanges, it is when an investor sells one investment property and a piece of real estate, and they're going to buy another piece of real estate to avoid paying capital gains taxes. And as long as they spend the same amount as what they sold or more, they're going to be protected from having to pay income taxes. These income taxes can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. 1031 exchanges are very common, and you can sell any piece of real estate potentially as long as it's not owner occupied, as long as it's in the United States. So it could be a house, it's a rental, it could be multifamily, commercial, and you can buy any other piece of real estate. It could be a parking lot, a house, multifamily, gas station, as long as it's used for investment purposes. So 1031 exchanges have been going on for a long time. Normally don't have a huge effect on the market. Why there's a huge effect on the market as of the shooting of this video is because of that unprecedented extension in the time periods, and we'll talk about the time periods quickly. But basically, the time periods for any 1031 exchange after January of 2023, so any property sold, the deadline for the 1031 exchange was pushed to October 16th, 2023, which is also the deadline for filing taxes. And this was unprecedented. A 1031 exchange has two deadlines. There's the 45-day identification deadline, and that's within the other deadline, which is 180 days to close on it. So an investor doing a 1031 exchange, when they sell their property, they have 45 days to go shopping to find another property. They have to identify the property by day 45 and then close on it within 180 days, including the 45. What the government said for the first time in history is neither of those deadlines apply. You can go ahead and push them both to October 16th, 2023. This gave a lot of additional shopping time to investors that didn't have that much shopping time. They're supposed to be done shopping after day 45. So what this has done is this has pushed a lot of investors doing a 1031 exchange are sitting on the sidelines still. They haven't been forced to identify and close on their property. And depending on when the property was sold, that identification date and close date of October 16th, 2023 may be the same day. Any exchange before September 1st of 2023. So any investment property going through a 1031 that closed before September 1st, 2023 is given additional time beyond 45 days to get to that October 16th date. So we will see at the very least if an investor just has an extended identification period more than the 45 days, we will find that they're competing to get properties under contract by October 16th, 2023. They'll have additional time beyond to get the property closed. But if both October 16th are your identification and close date deadline, you are going to be scrambling to get a property under contract and make sure it's closed by October 16th. We're within that few week range where that can actually happen. So we do expect potentially that investors are going to be writing more offers for 1031 exchange because they delayed, hoping that something better would come along, hoping that more inventory would come along. And we just saw in our numbers that inventory is even lower. So unfortunately, it hasn't gotten better for investors, and we will start to see more people scrambling to tie up properties so they don't have to pay those big income tax bills. Now, of course, it could be houses that are affected, condos. Investors may decide that they want to quickly place their funds there. And it could be multifamily, although we just saw that some counties in Southern California, the numbers of properties available are low based on the number of new listings and properties going under contract. And there's a few mitigating factors to this frenzy. One is just because they maybe sold a property in Southern California or they live in Southern California doesn't mean they have to place the 1031 exchange funds in Southern California. They could put it anywhere in California or any state in the United States. The funds can be placed for a 1031 exchange. So that could help mitigate, although it's tough out there in a lot of places to find a good spot to put your money. And don't forget, we're real estate agents based in Southern California. If you're an investor looking to place your exchange funds, or you're a seller interested in getting your property on the market, to find an exchange buyer, let us know. We have a link below so you can reach out. Buyers and sellers, let us know what you see out there in the next couple weeks. This is crunch time for that deadline for 1031 exchanges, and we want to see whether you're seeing an effect on the market in those numbers. Of course, we'll deliver a market update to let you know whether anything changed through the end of September and through the middle of October. Subscribe to our free weekly email newsletter so we can deliver that update to you gently into your email inbox. Those email updates come out every Sunday. And I know you like this video and hit that like button, but you're going to love this next one even more. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Christian Walsh, real estate agent with Wire Associates, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, and we can't wait to hear from you.